Hi everyone, welcome back to Pragya's Talk Tuesdays, where you get to hear life stories of people from different walks of life, and where I, Pragya, expect that something knowledgeable gets into your head through my conversations. Up till now, on Talk It Out, you have always seen me having conversations with elder people about their professions. But today, I'll be having a conversation with a person of my age. Yes, today I'll be talking to Alam, who is a 20-year-old who I would say is a eager beaver. Yes, he's a total eager beaver who is so enthusiastic and he keeps working hard all day long. He's a 20-year-old who can never stop. Like literally, he loves working, guys. He's a person, he's so passionate about his work that he can never stop working. Yes, guys. And not only has he been the organizer and the founder of clubs in his college, but also he has worked with a US based organization. And not only this, but he's also started up his own venture at the age of 20. So, yes, people, let's go and get to know his perspective towards life and what has he been taught from his life. So, yeah, let's go and hear him out.
Hey there, I'm Munawar Alam and I live in the capital of India, New Delhi. And I'm also studying a computer science degree as an undergraduate called the Bachelor's of Computer Application degree at Amity University, Noida. So that degree I started in 2019 and I'll be graduating from that in 2022 because it's a 3-year degree program. At the university pre-COVID, I have also co-founded Amity Finance Club and I've been the president of that since the last 1 year. And I've also been a founding team member at Amity Quiz Club and Amity Consulting Club as well. In the recent past, in my extracurriculars, I have been a part of the Harvard Project for Asian International Relations, which has a 12% acceptance rate. And also, I have been a founder fellow at a VC-backed financial technology startup, which is like kind of like Paytm. So the name is TWENTIES, and the acceptance rate was 18% there. So that's about my past. And in February 2021, I have also interned at the eShore, which is a major financial company from USA, and it is headquartered in New York. It is a hedge fund with $50 billion asset under management, where I worked in the financial research division. In August 2020, a previous year during COVID times, I also incorporated a private limited company by the name of PRIMEE Private Limited, which has 4 sister companies or subsidiaries, as we can say. Finteva, Eduneva, Capiteva, and Analytics Radar. Analytics Radar is in the software space. Capiteva is in the management consulting and market research space. Finteva is, of course, by the name going, is in the financial sector. And Eduneva is in the booming edtech sector. So that's about me.
Firstly, welcome on my channel, Alam. And I'll
Thank
be.
you, Pragya.
So, firstly, I want to know that during the age 18 to 28, like 18 to 28 is an age that is very crucial and very changing time of our lives. We make so many decisions, so many wrong, so many right decisions. And firstly, I just want to know, like during the age 18 to 22, our mind keeps on changing its decision as to at one point we want to become a businessman, and on the other point we want to keep a job only. We don't want to start up a business. So what is your say on like how to actually handle this confusion life phase?
Absolutely. Like even I face that problem, which of course every person faces.
Yeah.
So like at the age of 5, I wanted to become a pilot when I rode on the airplane for the first time. Then after that, the doctor, specifically a cardiologist, then a ophthalmologist, then a dentist when I had a toothache. And I said that, okay, that then the dentist is cool. Okay, just pulling out the tools from other people and then yeah, charging exorbitant fees and all of that stuff. Then I even wanted to become a civil engineer when I just went to the inauguration of Delhi Airport. Okay, it's so massive. I want to be a part in making this huge airport, huge malls, huge parking lots, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Then I even wanted to become an architect. These beautiful buildings in London, New York, these skyscrapers and all.
Yeah.
But then right now, I'm a computer science student who is interested in finance. So I think that gradually finding out what you want is quite important. And also that networking is quite an important aspect. Because I went on, I talked with these people. Hey, doctor, why did you become a doctor? Hey, architect, why did you become an architect? Hey,
Yeah.
civil engineer, why did you become an engineer? So I think that these are the key questions because a passion is quite important. And for me, Then I found out my true passion. For some people, it may be cracking the civil service examination. You and me, we all have heard so many stories of people cracking the exam
Yeah.
after 4 attempts, after 5 attempts. But for me, I think that I've chosen my own calling. And I think that for the person who is watching this and who is unable to find their own true calling, networking is quite an important aspect. You should network, talk with your parents, talk with your friends, talk with your family members, talk with the other relative in your family who are what you want to become. Like in my family, there's so many doctors, so many civil engineers, so many IAS officers. I talked with them. Do you enjoy your work? Okay. Like many work involves many different aspects. Being a doctor, you need a high risk taking capacity. Because one thing is certain, if you're a doctor and you're doing 100 surgery, of course, some do not go as well as planned, and
Yeah.
some also may result in the ultimate thing. So like you need to really go towards that. So like many people just think in a chat, okay, being a doctor is cool, you are going to be saving life, but there are also some lives that you are unable to save.
Yeah.
So I think that that's quite important.
So basically, you should just talk it out. Yeah.
Right? Absolutely. That's short.
Yeah. Okay. So, secondly, it is always said that dreams require sacrifice. So, do you believe in that?
Right. Well, I used to believe in that earlier, around 1 or 2 years back. But right now, after I've heard a lot, after I've read a lot, after I again networked and connected with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So, like, this is actually quite interesting. There's a job by the name of investment banker or even a management consultant at McKinsey, BCG, and all. They are working 100 hours per week and they are getting a salary of 20 lakh rupees. But there are some jobs in which you are working for 50 hours per week and
Yeah.
you are getting half of that salary. It's the exact same thing. 50 hours per week, 10 lakh rupees. 100 hours per week and 20 lakh rupees. So I chose to go by that 50-hour week and earning 10 lakh rupees because I'll be having more diversification. I can do stocks, I can interact, I
Yeah.
can network, I can travel around the world
Exactly.
because I'm earning money. I want to travel around the world. I want to make connections. So you must really delve further into what a job has to offer. And many jobs have their own inherent advantages or disadvantages built into it. Like being a management consultant, you already and automatically get to travel around the world and live in the best hotels. If that is what you want, go for it, then it's
Yeah.
cool. But you should also know that it's a 100-hour work week, but also high salary. So that high salary can mean many things. You can buy a new car, you can fulfill the dream of your parents of buying a new house or something. So it really depends upon the particular job that you want.
Totally, yeah. I totally get your point, and yeah, you're totally correct in this. Exactly. So, elders often say this that you should just get focused in the age 18 to 28. कि आप बस काम करो, बाकी सारा मजा मस्ती छोड़ दो अभी के लिए, and just focus on your career. Don't have fun. They are just like कि अभी कर लो मेहनत, उसके बाद जितने मजे कर ले कर लेना. So, do you believe in this? Do you think that we should just stop having all the fun?
Well, I'm a firm believer of the fact that fun goes hand in hand with earning and learning, and that you can enable many interactions. Like, for an example, if I'm going for a conference to Harvard University, Boston, then first of all, I'm going to Delhi airport. There I'll be seeing so many things. Then I'll be flying all the way to Boston from Delhi, right? And probably on the way, I'll be stopping somewhere in Dubai if I'm going by Emirates or something. You get to meet a lot of people. You get to see different cities. You get to see different perspective. Okay, this is how much a burger cost did. Okay, and you know what? Especially for an entrepreneur or who is a budding entrepreneur, travel is quite important. Now, I'm just telling a fun fact here. Many of the Indian startups have been inspired by their ideas from the West, from the USA. Flipkart co-founders were ex-employees of Amazon.
Yeah.
Ola, that guy, Amish Agarwal, he went to California. He said, okay, that in India, back home, we are calling the taxi cab service and they are quite unreliable. Why not make an app? Why not just have 1,000 cabs at the press of a button on the mobile phone? That's the app, that's the invention, and that is what made him a billionaire. So who knows, you might strike the pot of gold when you're traveling on a flight. And when you're traveling on a flight, you get to meet different people. You get to experience life. Like even for the worst as well. It's raining heavily, or it's flooded in New York airport or something. Your flight has been delayed. You learn patience at its best because a flight has been delayed by 24 hours. So I think that traveling is quite fun and it depends from person to person, but travel, networking, and all of these things are in many jobs and you can make them a part of fun as well as earning through your job.
Even, yeah, even I think that even if you're not traveling also in your routine life, you should have that space and that fun time, because once you only focus on your career thing, tend to forget the fun. So yeah, fun is equally important. Yeah, it goes hand in hand. Correct. So during your career building, like there are a lot of things that come up, like the family things. You also have to work on that because you are in that age when you will start your own family too once. So how do you think one should balance both career and family?
Right. So, like talking about the present scenario, I think that remote work has gone a long way in ensuring work-life balance and more family time. Like right now, we are attending classes from a mobile phone, right? It has its own advantages as well because whenever the servant comes, they ring the bell, or the driver is coming and ringing the bell. That's the disadvantage. But the advantage is that I'm talking with my parents, I'm interacting far more with my
Yeah.
parents, and that provides huge mental stability, especially during this age where so much is changing around us. So many friends are leaving, so many friends are coming. So I think that work-life balance can be ensured by that, and it also depends upon the type of company that you are joining or also creating. For example, there are two types of companies usually that we all encounter during our campus placement. One are product-based company, and one are services company. Now, the biggest drawback of services companies is that they work by the US timing. So when in USA it is day, it is night in India. So that means you're sacrificing your sleep. So that's not good at all, right? But on the advantage side, in the daytime, you can interact with your parent, but that depends because in the night you are working with Accenture USA division. So of course you'll be sleeping in the day as well, right? So that there's a clear mismatch. Because the parents are waking up in the day, but you are working in the night and you're sleeping in the day. I think that a match needs to be considered there, and I think that the correct job which you need goes a long way in ensuring family stability and work-life balance as well.
So as you've experienced like your in your graduation, so do you think graduation and post graduation is important?
Good. So I think that a basic graduation and post graduation is quite important, and I would like to have two takes on that. In graduation, yeah, you are usually doing a bachelor's, and that is the age when you're transferring from the school life into the corporate life. So in between that, graduation comes in place, right? So I think that graduation gives you some nice experiences, especially in India and in the Indian campus placement scenario. Even if I do not want to take that job, I'll be sitting for that interview because I'll be experiencing, okay, this is how interviews are done. So when I'm making my own startup, I know, okay, that this is the process and this is how I can filter the candidates. So there are unique perspectives for an entrepreneur as well. There's this huge bunch of people like Gary Vee and all who are just discrediting college education. If you have the money and if you have the time and if you aren't that confident about your startup idea, go for the college education and then figure out that like I'm currently, I'll be passing out next year. I can do this startup. I'm not a 60-year-old or a 70-year-old. I'm still just 20 or 21 years of age. There's huge time in front of me, right? And now talking about post graduation, I think that MBA makes far more sense, especially from an entrepreneurship and from a future point of view, as compared to MS, because MS just gives you a limited experience. But through MBA, you can become the CEO, COO, CTO of any other company or even of your own company, because that allows you to have a business understanding. So that's why, like, popularly in India, many people do a BTech, and then after 2 or 3 years of work they're just gonna go and do an MBA. So they have work experience which they can share in the MBA class because MBA is essentially case studies. You're solving problems that these big companies face. And with MBA, you also have a safety barrier. Okay, if my startup doesn't work, I have a 1 crore rupees job offer waiting for me because I have that MBA and because I have work and because I have bachelor's which is required to do an MBA. So then that bachelor's is a step forward in the right direction to gaining real life work experience and also for enabling you and making you eligible for an MBA afterward in the future years of your life.
Right, Agam, right. Okay, so lastly, is there any advice that you want to give to my audience?
Right, sure. So I'll just like to state 4 points:
Okay.
networking, reading, writing, and travel. I think these four are fun. And yeah, some of these depends upon if you're extrovert or introvert. So if you're extrovert, you can do more of reading and writing. If you're or else if you're an introvert, you can do less of networking. So like for me, I am an extrovert. So all of these fits for me: networking, reading, writing, and travel. Because all of these together makes up a fabulous combination for getting ahead in life and for getting ahead than your competition. Who is your competition? Your competition is your friends, is the people around you in your class. So in my class, there are 60 students. I need to be the number one in them, right? So all of these factors together gets you ahead by 10 people each. So you are automatically ahead of the curve and you are competing with the best of the best.
Right. So true, Alam. Okay, so that was all, Alam, that I had to ask you. And thank you so much for your time and coming on my channel. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was great to be there.
Pleasure having you here. Totally.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Alam. All right, guys, that was all for today's video. I hope it was somewhat helpful and you got something knowledgeable out of this video. And we'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye. And do not forget to like, comment, and share my video. And do subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Okay, bye bye.